Now, something that's come up recently as we've talked about rational functions is what's the deal with excluded values? You remember the first day we actually talked about that, we used our calculator, and there's something with rational functions and excluded values that deal with dividing by zero. Well, why is that? Well, let's use this as an example. We're going to enter that in the calculator. So grab your graphing calculator, go to the y equals screen, and type 2x divided by x minus 4, just like this on your screen. 2x divided by x minus 4, and make sure you put parentheses around x minus 4. It's very important you put parentheses around that. Then if you want, if you're curious, you can look at the graph. The graph looks kind of strange, a little bit different than most graphs we've seen. That vertical line that you see in between these two curves is actually not there, if you can believe that. It's really not there. It's not part of the graph. The calculator is trying to do something that's not there. Well, why? Why would it do that? Well, go to second and then graph, and we're going to go to the table. That's where we've gone. We've gone to the table. And as I look at my table of values, mine are starting at 0. As I go down to where x is 4, I have an error. Well, why is there an error there? Let's look back at the actual equation. If I plug in a 4 for x, I have 2 times 4 over 4 minus 4, which is 8 divided by 0. You cannot divide by 0. Ever. You can't divide by 0 ever. And the way the calculator tells you that is it says error. It says you can't do that. If you were to take that to the regular home screen and just hit 8 divided by 0 in the calculator, it actually tells you error, divide by 0. It's because you can't do that. That's something that's outside the rules of math. You cannot divide by 0. And that is why this function has an excluded value. You can put whatever value you want in for x and get a y value out, but you can't put in 4, because when you do, it makes a dividing by 0 case. So when we're looking for these excluded values in a rational function, we look only at the denominator. We make sure it's fully factored, and then we set it equal to 0 and solve for x. So x would be equal to 4. When x is equal to 4, it's excluded. And that's the deal with excluded values.